There we go.
There we go.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Fontel. This is Carrie, Barry. Up on your screen, there's Michelle. Michelle is dedicated. She's in the car. So we are here, and a little bit later, Marcy is going to join us as well. So I just want to welcome you all. These are the faces that you're going to see on the cruise, and so glad to have you join us.
I thought before we went too far, we talk a little bit about celebrity and getting on the ship. Mira, you sent out an email yesterday, so you all know that Mira could not join us today. And she did send some fabulous information, which we sent on to you. So I just want to remind all of you, if you haven't checked in yet for the cruise, please do so. Because the longer you wait to check in, the later you get as a time that you can get on the ship. So check in. And the easiest way to do that is on the app. Be sure and download the app. It's easier to check in really on the app because they want you to scan your passport and they want you to take a picture. And that all sounds like a lot to do, but it really, truly is easy to do on that app. So it's Celebrity app. You also can print out your bag tags, which you want to be sure and do because you have got to have luggage tags on your luggage before you get to the cruise port because they don't have them for you. And they print out and they fold up to where they become, just an actual tag, which you can fold over and staple or scotch tape, just take something appropriate. And I think the bag handlers usually.
Yeah, the bag handlers have blank tags where these have your name on it. So that's why you have to do it in advance. And the bag guys have staplers.
It's not just your name, it also has your cabin number. And they're colored. So the important thing that I wanted to say to you is to be sure and check in. It's not too early at all. Check in, do your paperwork. Somebody, Michelle, I think that's.
Yeah, I'm fixing that, sorry.
That's okay. Check in, download the app, do it on there, and get your bag tags. So the rest of the information is really on this that we sent you yesterday, that you're in need of a passport. That passport has to be valid at least 6 months before we leave, which now
6 months after.
6 months.
For 6 months after.
But it's all on the paperwork. Does anybody have any questions just regarding getting on the ship? Filling out your information to.
I checked in, Carrie, but I'm trying to go back in to get that express thing in the luggage tags, and I can't figure out where to go to do that.
So you might be able to do, so the app is the easiest way to check in, but you have to get your luggage tags on the computer. So I discovered that. That was frustrating. So go on the computer, go into manage your cruise, your trip, and right where it's in blue and it says manage, if you click on that, there's a drop down and it says luggage tags. And that just went into effect because last week you couldn't do that anyway. So it's just available now.
And before you should be able to get your pass to get on the ship. I think it says 24 hours in advance, you have to go back in because they're asking questions about your health. So they used to ask it at the port. They're trying to avoid that and get it done in advance. So within 24 hours, you have to just fill out this form that you're feeling fine and you're healthy. And then they put it all together and your form is ready to print out.
All right, any other questions? Good. Okay.
Okay. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So this next week, I'm going to write out an itinerary for our schedule being on the ship. So every day it will say what we're doing, where we're doing it, and what time we're doing it so that you know where to be and what time to be there and what it is we're doing. like the very first thing we're doing at 5 o'clock, the day we get on the ship, is having a cocktail party. We're having a meet and greet party so that we can all get together, and we have goodies that we want to hand out. So this is in the Quasar, which is their nightclub, their disco club. It's usually on the 4th floor. All this information will be in your itinerary. So the very first day, we're going to get together at 5 o'clock. It won't last more than an hour. It probably won't last quite that long. So everyone will be free to go to early dinner or, do whatever you want to do. But next week, probably towards the end of the week, schedule will go out. It'll say everything in it, so you won't have to wonder. We wrote notes in case it looks like we're reading, because we didn't want to forget anything.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Pam.
Okay, so I'd just like to tell you that the reason that we are so fond of celebrity and we cruise with them all the time is they give us a dedicated classroom. So I'm gonna come and set up a store. We'll have models all over the place. Those of you that have cruised with us know this and whatnot, but we're going to hang models in there. You're going to walk in, and it's just a lovely classroom. It's a big wall of windows, so it's light and bright, and you don't have to worry about your dark colors and seeing your stitches and so forth. It's a lovely environment. We see this as our job is to fill your days with classes and information, and your job is to have a great time. We're going to provide you all kinds of classes and workshops. You can take everything and do everything, or you can make it your schedule. This is your cruise, and we just want you to have a great time. So that's our mission in all of this.
Questions before we jump into talking about classes? Does anybody have questions regarding the ship, or still registering or getting on the ship, or anything at this moment? And if you're on mute, unmute yourselves and ask them.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Okay. They're on board. So, because Michelle is on the road and whatnot, she has cruised with us a lot. She used to live here in town with me. She now lives in North Carolina. She still helps me. She helps me with my bookkeeping. She helps me with teaching and whatnot. But she is in charge of what we call eye openers. And periodically during the cruise, she will be up in the cafeteria and she holds great classes. So I'm just going to let her say a couple of words about that. So you take it, Michelle.
Okay, sure. So we usually kind of commandeer a little section in the cafeteria. And once we kind of find that little section, I like to do it kind of off in a corner so it's a little quieter, kind of meet there every time we have our class. And like Fontel said, kind of come to whatever you want. If you want to come to all of them, that's great. If you don't want to just kind of pick and choose, we'll have an idea of which ones will be which mornings. We have our schedule out, and we'll cover some tricks and techniques for knitting, and we'll cover some new stitches for knitting and crocheting. We always have a lot of fun. It's very casual. Practice yarn, and you just kind of practice what we're teaching, and you can play with it later on throughout the day if you have more questions after our session.
And she will also be in the classroom assisting as well.
So this is done up in the buffet because it's early in the morning. It's really early in the morning so that you can have coffee and breakfast and whatever.
Yes.
We really thought that a few people might attend this because it's early in the morning, but no.
Knit a stitch, take a bite of your omelet, knit a stitch.
Yes, drink your coffee while you're knitting. It's all good.
We provide little we provide little balls of yarn for you to be able to do your swatches and to practice your stitches. So Michelle, thank you so much. We know you're driving. We know this was your anniversary weekend. We appreciate you jumping on, but you can jump off.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. It's good to see you all. I look forward to seeing everybody on the cruise.
You got it.
Perfect.
Bye.
Bye, Michelle. Do you want to speak about Night Owls?
Sure. So conversely, we have the eye opener in the morning. But for those of you that like to stay up a little bit later, we have what's called nightcaps. And again, that's going to be, we're gonna teach you, Barry's gonna teach some of those. I'm gonna be there, we'll all be there for the nightcaps, and they are in our classroom. So it's gonna be nice and quiet, but if you want, you can bring your glass of wine, you can bring your hot milk, whatever you want. And again, they're a short little workshop, about 45 minutes. Some of them will be project driven, so we're going to show you a project and say, this is what you do to do this. So again, we have eye openers in the morning, nightcaps at night. Then during the day, we have morning classes and afternoon classes, and those are really when we are at sea. Nothing that we do is going to conflict with your times in port. You can do all of your excursions and whatnot as you wish, but our classes are all scheduled around that. So Barry is going to teach morning classes and afternoon classes, and Marcy is going to be segued into that schedule as well.
We're excited to have Marcy. This is the first time we've had two
Yeah.
teachers on the ship, two fabulous teachers. This is a designer that Barry knows, and she's done some incredible things.
She's
So
very, very talented.
I just sent her a note because we're wanting her on here. She's going to speak on one of her classes, so hopefully she comes on. But in the meantime, for anybody who is not a knitter who's on this Zoom and they would like to go, they can, because the rest of what we're going to discuss is classes. And so if you're going, we're going to say bye, and we'll see you on the ship. If you have any questions in the meantime, you know to get a hold of us. Otherwise, we're going to go forward. The purpose of this Zoom was not only to make sure you all have remembered to register and get on the ship, download the app and get your luggage.
Gosh.
We hear some feedback, so if y'all could mute yourselves at the moment, that would be great. But it is to go over some of the classes. Barry has done a monstrous, fabulous job with new designs, and there are incredible things that are going to be all around the classroom. And he's doing 5 classes, Marcy's doing 3, and it's bring you as much as we can, but it's very hard, as you all know, for us to bring lots and lots for our classroom, for our store. And so for those of you who want to come on, as you have, and you want to see at least 3 of the projects that Barry's doing, and have first chance to pick from all the colors that are available, because they all might not be coming with us because of space, this is the opportunity. So, and this is why we're doing it, and we appreciate you being here. So we are going to turn this over to Barry, unless you have any questions for us still regarding the ship or anything. And by the way, this ship that we're on, they have edge-sized. So it's not part of the Edge series of ships, but they've gone and done some Edge things to it. They've added some restaurants.
It's all been cleaned up and
yeah,
it's beautiful.
One of the things I'll say about pre-ordering is that if you only need to bring a couple of the balls of yarn instead of
that's right.
You probably won't finish everything, so save a little space too.
Yes, because we also have goodies we're giving you, so you know you need space in your luggage.
I'm just going to say a few things about the website and so forth. We sent you out the things that we're going to show today, and some of those yarns are listed on the website. But if you have any issues finding it, go to our website. It's greatyarns.com. On the home page, you will see a listing. It says yarns, classes, and it says presentations. Click on presentations and you'll get a drop down for the Caribbean cruise. And there is where you'll see pictures of the models, and then you'll drop it down and you'll see all of the color combinations that are available to you. So it's pretty easy to do. If you have any issues with that, you can call or text or email me. Thank you for keeping me put together.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's me.
We hope you found that mailing helpful, that we sent that out yesterday or the day before, so that it came up and you didn't have to go back and forth looking for stuff on the website.
Yeah.
While we were talking. Anyway, okay.
A
Barry?
question.
Yes.
So we could order a kit in advance
Yes.
and you'd ship it so we had it before the cruise.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
we're hoping you do some of that because it really does. It really does help us in what we're trying to take for the store for stock. And you, like I said, you get to see all the colors available in that yarn, and where we're not bringing all the colors that are available just because you're, you know.
It will
But-
also help you because some of the
Yeah.
yarns are now in hank form. And so
Yeah.
this way, when you
Yeah.
get it, you can wind down one or two of them and just take that with you.
Yeah.
Meg was right. It's definitely easier to do because you're going to take less, and it gives you more room for finding more stuff in the ship, on the ship, and in each of our
Yeah.
ports.
Bingo. Okay, so
Okay.
Carrie and I are going to
Back
exit
up.
stage left and right and leave it to Barry. So we'll see you in a bit.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are. Again, thank you for being here. It's such a great opportunity. Somebody asked me the other day, how many years have you been doing this? This is my 16th year of knitting cruises. And being able to do this with Carrie and Fontel, we're not only good friends, but we love each other a lot. And so there's nothing that we wouldn't do to support each other and help each other. And you'll see that with us on the cruise. We do this together. It's really a great opportunity. And also what happens is that I've had a collection already prepared. It was our fall winter collection. The patterns are published. And then in talking to Carrie and Fontel over the last month or so about this, as we're heading closer, we decided it's time to design something new and newer pieces, something that will surprise even our knitters on the ship. So what you're going to see right now, nothing's published. You're the first people to see it, other than Carrie and Fontel, who saw it last night when I got in. So we're going to start with
And some of the cat lotion, let's make it right back.
Yeah. Adopted dog today.
Yeah, they know.
So this is one of our new pieces.
Don't
And
they?
visually beautiful. It's very arty graphic. It uses a brand new yarn from a company that we just started distributing. The company's called Gazelle, and this is a yarn called Unicorn. It's 100% superwash merino. It is beautiful. And so you can see that the stitch moves every right side row, so it's going to be easy. The instructions are geared to make this even easier. And to truly explain how you see something and you decide it needs to be something different as well, Carrie and Fontel came down a week or two ago, and we're looking at it. Carrie had this on, and you know, when you see it on,
Also, but get everything you need for a great.
Hey, excuse me, may I ask you all to mute yourselves because we're just really hearing a lot of talking in the background, which I know is hard for Barry, but we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
How? Faster to first.
I know. Okay.
under chat.
Don't do this.
All right, Fontel's going to be our model.
Okay, here comes Vanna.
So when you're wearing it as a wrap, made it extra big, it looks like the front of a coat.
Sorry.
And if you're very religious and you're Jewish, you can wear this to temple on Shabbos, and it could be your prayer shawl. So it can be multi-purpose.
There we go.
So
It
anyways,
feels
yeah.
scrumptious.
You're going to put this in your hands and you're never going to want to knit with anything else. This yarn is glorious. And so once we got this done and Carrie and Fontel came down, they both loved it. I loved it. We agreed it's one of our projects. But what if somebody doesn't want a wrap? So
So cute.
you create and prepare a pullover version. So it's the same stitch pattern. Every right side row, it moves to the right or moves to the left. And we've done this with a drop sleeve. Now it looks like it's just plain stripes. But down the center of the sleeve is the same zigzag. And you notice it when it's on the body. It's a great pullover. The only thing I would say we can't do with this is turn it into a cardigan. It just becomes way more complicated than it should.
It takes away from that.
Yeah, and you'll lose
Yeah.
the graphic part of it. So the pattern will come with both options. The other thing about patterns is what we started to do now is in the past, I brought individual leaflets. And if you were taking the class, you got it. Now what we're doing is the first day that we're in class, you're going to get a booklet with all of my class patterns in it. So whether you decide to do it at that moment or get the yarn and take it home, you'll have all the instructions. So we've done that in the past and it's turned out great. So plan on that. It'll be a printed out booklet. Also, if you need something changed in sizes, that's my job.
Yeah.
That's what I do. So if you see you like the pullover and the sizes don't match you or don't fit you exactly how you want it, as Lynn McDermott will know, I change instructions, okay? I want to make sure that it fits you and fits you properly. So we may not be able to do it at the moment of class, but we'll meet one afternoon and I'll put that all together for you. So don't be afraid to ask.
And so Barry, if someone thinks that this is too wide, he is absolutely happy to change it and make it
Narrow.
a narrower. So you have those options as well. So nothing is really set in stone. We have suggested, yeah, look at that. It's gorgeous.
We have to talk in a minute, you will, about the yarn, which is so amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
So we've put on the flyers that were emailed out to you, we've put some color combinations together. We've kind of pre-picked them. And so this is what mine is done out of. And because it's hand dyed, they shade. And so every color has some instant shading in it. You have no control over it. So just be prepared that it is what it is. And we also did a couple of them where we used a tweed or a multicolor and a solid, and they'll play really nicely against each other. So there's all different multiples on the website. You can make your pick. If you, by some chance, look at all those colors and say, there's not one in there that works for me, let us know. Okay, we can't bring everything on the ship, but it's about 40 colors in the collection. So let us know and we can try and put your own custom color combination together. But we selected a few. I think there's 12. And otherwise, just talk to us.
This yarn, which says in that brochure we sent you, is a really small micron merino. It is a really fine merino. This has a luxurious hand to it. It truly feels like it's a blend of cashmere silk and merino. It's just so extremely sumptuous. It really is. It's beautiful. Since you can't feel it, I'm telling you, it is really soft.
Just like we can't help Barb with her neck and her sleeve sewn together, you can't touch the yarn through the computer. All right. So I will tell you a little. But
Yeah.
Can you guys spotlight? Sorry, this is Marcy, and I'm a flake today. I had this on my calendar for 1 o'clock, so super sorry that I'm late. Barry, could you spotlight yourself so we could all see the pieces better?
He is spotlighted.
I don't see him as spotlighted. Does everybody else see him as spotlighted?
Because it says right on here, spotlight.
Huh.
Does everybody just see Barry
I see Barry and Carrie, yeah.
and Carrie?
Okay, so it's just me. Never mind. I'm so sorry.
Hi, Marcy.
Hi.
All right, so a little secret. We always have some. We're going to share it with you. But I designed this sweater a few months ago. And it was actually going to be in our last pattern book. And when Carrie and Fontel saw it, the first thing they said is, you're not publishing that, you're holding it for the cruise. So it's been folded up and wrapped up and kept hermetically sealed until right now. So indeed, you're the first people that are going to get the instructions. But it's done in one of Trendsetter yarns called Facade. So it's a cotton base, and inside the yarn, you can see that there's some texture and some other shades and details that come in. And so what I did is picked 3 very diverse colors. They have to be diverse or it won't work. And when it's worked, it's all stockinette. So only one stitch that you have to worry about. And what you're going to really learn in this is how to play with your colors and how to move them. But it starts right here in a corner. And it's kind of like log cabin style. So you're going to make a box, then we're going to pick up on the side and come across. And then we're going to pick up along the side of those and come up. So right now I know it's wah, 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 but it's really easy. The instructions are very clear on how you do it. But look at what happens when you play with 3 different multicolors. You get to see all the different shades that are in there. And it's really beautiful. In person, you're going to get to see
It's very cool.
where it's picked up, all the changes. It looks like there's more than 3 colors in here. And the back is done exactly the same. And when you do it the same, that first square is in the opposite corner. The other thing is that we know everybody doesn't like to show upper arms, okay? We're just going to be real. So we've done a sleeve pattern, okay? It's just a classic sleeve. It's a 3/4 sleeve. We can make it longer. It has a little cuff on it. And it says on the paperwork that we sent to you in that email, pick your favorite of the 3 colors. Let us know you want to do sleeves, and we'll add an additional 2 skeins for you. So we've tried to make it easy. If you can't decide which color you like the best,
We'll pick.
we'll pick. Yeah, we're good at that. You have 3 people that don't lack opinions, okay? We may have different opinions sometimes, but we'll get you there.
Barry, explain a little bit about how the coloration changes and how the little dotting pattern. It's almost like a Fair Isle look inside the ball. So as you look across there, it's really an interesting.
That's
There
color
you go.
1,
Yeah,
that's
that's all in
color
one
2.
ball. Yeah.
and that's color 3. 1,
Right.
2, 3.
So depending on how long and how many rows the stripes are, you get to see more color changes per ball. But there are only 3 multicolors in here. On the paperwork that we sent you, this is color combination 1. Okay, the 3 balls I just showed you are not this combination. So a really sweet sweater, really beautiful. The other thing I will tell you is that when I helped put the flyer together, we put a little note in there that says, see the video, but it doesn't work. So we sent you something that you can sit and poke at it all the time, all you want. It won't get you there.
Yeah.
But we've now fixed it. And during the week, we'll send it out to you again, and it'll be up on the website. But it's a great video of one of our models wearing it, showing what it looks like when there's movement, how she turns, and you have to model it just like that. Okay, so be prepared to flip your hair and do a turn, and you get to be another model for us. Okay, so the facade sweater. And then I love doing slip stitches. I love the look of it and how it moves your stitches. So the bottom here is your cast on. It's using Colorissimo and Merino 6. So exactly the same gauge. So one multicolor and one solid. And all of the multicolors that you see in here is from one ball. Okay, so they're really great at Lana Gross with how they put colors into pieces. It's worked repeating patterns. It's got a beautiful I-cord border, and it gets decreased at the end of every right side row. So every time you start your row, you can read the pattern. One of the things I'll be working with you on is making sure that you can read your knitting. So this way you don't have to keep going back to the piece of paper because the pattern doesn't change. It just keeps moving up and repeating itself. And these are the 2 yarns. So Merino 6 is a classic merino. It's called Merino 6 because it's 6-ply. Made that easy. And then Colorissimo from Lana Grossa. So it is a wool tops fiber. There's loads and loads of yardage in here. And you can be in control of what colors you start with. If you like the colors on the outside of the ball more, start from the outside. If you really want the colors on the inside, please let me help you find the inside. We're going to be unwinding 385 yards. And that will take maybe the whole cruise. So I'll be there to help you. But here's one color combination. And another. So the solid is always in contrast to it. If you pick a color that's in here, when those two colors come together, you lose the pattern. So we put the forest green or the olive with all the bright, happy colors. And that's what I've got to show you today. I will tell you that we've got a lot more to show you on the ship. There's some really, really fun things. You're also going to see some other brand new yarns, but again, all these styles are new. And we're going to have a great time together. So I look forward to seeing everyone on the ship. It's not that far away anymore. I'm going to go home and probably clean some clothes, so I have clean clothes on the ship. It won't be a last minute tuck and shove into a suitcase. But anyways, be safe, continued good health, and I look forward to seeing everyone in a couple weeks.
Are there any questions for Barry before
Yeah.
we go to Marcy? Because Marcy's joined us, which we're excited about. But any questions for Barry? Okay.
None?
All right,
None.
let us know if we can help.
So
All right, so we're gonna spotlight Marcy now. So everyone, Marcy Mara, who lives not far from the store. And as you can see, she's in her design studio. So Marcy, we'll let you talk a little bit about your classes.
Well, and first of all, I would love to apologize to everyone. I put this on my calendar months ago at 1 o'clock and never adjusted it. And in my whole morning, I've been getting my room ready and putting things up.
It looks
And
lovely.
thank goodness Carrie texted me and I thought, oh, they got on so early. I was going to hop on at 12:30, so I had lots of time to prepare the lighting. So again, I'm super sorry. I won't be late on the cruise. And this is completely out of character for me. And Barry probably knows like how tense this has now made me because I like everything to be very well organized. So I'm super sorry. This is our first introduction. Behind me, you will see the piece that came out in the flyer. So this is, unfortunately, you cannot touch it, but I can hardly wait until you can touch it on the cruise. It is cashmere. It is the softest thing in the world. This is Barry's Cardiff cashmere. It's in very neutral colors. I'm going to take it off of the mannequin so that you can see it a little bit better. Again, this is slip stitch, like what Barry's talking about also. And this piece is started on the end. And so we're going to talk about in my class, how do you make ends and beginnings that are completely invisible? So everything looks exactly the same. When you get a piece done, you will not know where you started and where you ended. And it's one of the things that I really love is those little extra details that make things special. We can all like pick up and knit at this point, but it's the extra details I think that make things fun. So this is a piece that's a good size to wrap around to wear in the front, to wrap around in the back. You can also wear it a little bit to the side. It's even long enough that if you wanted to double it up and wear it through this way, it looks nice. It's a fun piece. It's just one of many things that I'm going to be teaching. And I'm super, super excited to have this opportunity and to meet all of you, to answer questions, to work with you, and really just create a super fun, casual, positive experience. Things that I can answer about the one piece that I'm able to show you today.
I'm going to say that Marcy is coming also with a suitcase of incredible models. She has 3 classes. So obviously she'll have those 3 things, but she has other things. And every time I see Marcy, I stare at her and I pick her apart because she does have tricks and things that she does that you don't see from other people, even if it's the special way, and I mean that she wears, I have to, whatever this is, let me get rid of this, I'm sorry, the way she wears her shawls. Yeah, she has some really cool tricks. So I know you're going to enjoy Marcy. We enjoy her. I enjoy her every time I see her. She's quite talented. We're happy to have her in our family of friends.
Yeah,
So
we're very lucky that Marcy agreed to do this with us. She is really, really talented. I met her like almost a year ago now, but she's created some gorgeous things with my yarns. she is beyond talented. There's so many little details. I saw her yesterday, so we had a little event here, and the way she set up the back neck,
Yep.
it keeps things on. So all these fine little architectural things you may not really see, but she builds it into her patterns and her designs and her theory, and you will learn a lot from her. So we're really lucky that she's coming with us.
Fontel and I are really excited to bring both of these
Yes, we
teachers
are.
on this ship to you to learn. And if it isn't a stitch that you're learning because you know all these stitches, there are tips and tricks, and it's just fun. We're going to have fun.
It is.
Yeah.
This is just, we thoroughly enjoy this. But again, as I said earlier, our charge is to make sure that you have fun.
You know, Marcy, I'm looking at you in your studio and how beautiful that looks.
Gorgeous.
And
Oh, please. Yeah, this is my office.
We pale in comparison.
Exactly.
we were going to cram Marcy in here, and we went, no, your studio is so much better looking.
And now you're thinking you should not have. You should have made me be there. I would have been on time. This is.
No, it's all
I'm
good.
gonna beat
It's all
myself
good.
up now until we get to the cruise. Like that is just.
It worked.
So.
So does anybody have questions of any kind? Otherwise, we're going to release you to football. No one? Unmute yourselves.
Yeah. You'll send a list of what supplies we need to bring.
Okay.
You know, the supplies you need to bring, we will send you kind of a list, but I'm going to tell you, as knitters, we have our little zip bag of tricks, right? So bring those things that you use, but just an assortment of needles, because
Correct.
there is, yeah, you need an assortment of needles.
On the pages that Fontel mailed out to you on the 3 of my classes that are on there, under the materials, it says what needles you need for that class.
Yes.
And if you try and have something, one smaller and one larger, then you'll be okay, just in case gauge doesn't work for you to match one.
And Marcy, for your class, kind of needle size?
I did everything. So now I don't trust myself, but I would say I did everything in a 6. I think everything that's the
Okay.
needle size.
So you know a 5, 6, 7 for
Right.
that. So
Yeah,
just
the thing I would say is to make sure you have stitch markers. I will have some extra ones, but I'm going to show you some tips and tricks about beginning and ending that if you have a stitch marker, it just makes it a little bit easier for you, or a scrap piece of yarn. But I will also have supplies for anyone that doesn't remember to bring stuff to class.
And as we mentioned earlier, I take bags of wound yarn so that for all of our classes and all of our workshops, you don't have to worry about bringing sample balls. We'll have lots of them, and you can do color combinations, etc. But those will all come with us as well.
And much like Barry, I'm going to give you a packet of all of the patterns for the entire cruise, and then I'm going to gather your Ravelry IDs. And if you don't have Ravelry, I'll get your email. But after the patterns are live, I'll gift them to you so that you have them in your Ravelry library too, if you like that. I know I like them in my library. It's just easier to keep track of them. So I'll provide that for you. Give you beautiful hard copies for the cruise, and then we'll have electronic copies to follow up.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Another question.
Yeah.
Are we able to customize the colors for the facade yarn sweater?
Yeah, on that paperwork that we emailed out, I think there's 5 color combinations.
And if I want to change out one of the 3, is that possible? Is that right?
Absolutely.
You find
Absolutely.
out?
Yeah. Fontel has all the colors.
Just
so-
tell us the colors you want.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Everybody else
We
okay?
haven't said no to anything. What's with us?
All right. Give us something harder.
Well, I think we've done it.
All right.
So
Just expect, you know, some more emails from
Yes.
us.
with the itinerary.
The update on the video, but the
Yeah.
itinerary will be coming to you, and so it'll all be spelled out. The only thing you need to do is be sure and check in, download your app, get your bag tags, your luggage tags, and have a safe journey to Boston.
Yes.
If you're coming in early like we all are, you know, enjoy some lobster, you know, be safe, and we'll see you on the ship.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. We'll see you then.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Thanks, Marcy.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.